Jenna. I'm here at my house and I wanted to show you today how to make your own flower arrangements at home with things that you probably have around. So I've brought a small table outside and I've gathered up some things I want to show you. I was looking through my recycling for things that I might be able to use as a vase because I don't have a lot of small vases at my house. And I found this can from some beans that we ate the other night. And I took the label off. And then I also found this bottle from a juice that we bought the other day. And I thought that would make a nice vase as well. And so I took the lid off and I brought that out. And then I also found in my kitchen just a small glass jar that wasn't being used. And I thought I could put some flowers in there. So that gives me 1, 2, 3 vases to make some flower arrangements with. Now, the glass jar is pretty nice on its own. I might add a ribbon or something to it. But I thought maybe these two could use some decoration, something to make them look a little bit more festive since we're celebrating Earth Day this week. So I looked around to see what I could use to make my vases more festive and decorated, and I gathered up some more things I want to show you. Here on the table. First thing I thought I'd need is something to wrap around my containers. So I got an old shopping bag, a paper shopping bag that we don't need, and I used some scissors to cut some strips out of the shopping bag. And I'm going to use these strips to decorate. So this will be my paper. Some nice brown paper there. And then I found some ribbons. These curly ribbons must have come off another package, and I thought they would make a fun thing to reuse and decorate my vases. I found some markers, a few different colors that look like they're not dried out, so I'm going to use those. And I found a set of paints. These are my watercolor paints that I haven't used in quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and use those today to decorate one of my vases. So you can follow along, and if you like, you can gather up some craft supplies too. Maybe find some containers that you could use as vases, and then you can join me as well. The other things that I brought are some tape to tape my paper on afterwards, and I have a paintbrush here. And then earlier, as I was getting ready, I gathered a watering can with some water in it. I'm going to use a little bit of the water for painting, so I'll pour some in my jar here, just enough to wet my brush. I gathered a paintbrush, of course, to go with my watercolor paints. And then the last thing I gathered was some flowers and greenery from around my home. And I put them in this basket. So I did a little bit of a walk around, and I noticed all of the things that are blooming. Some of the tree branches looked like they needed a trim, so I trimmed some of those. And I'm going to collect a few more things before I get started to add to my flower arrangements. So I have all of that stuff ready. Now it's time to decorate my papers. The first one, I think I'll use my markers. I'm going to write myself a message. Write a message on the jar. Since we're celebrating Earth Day, I think I'm going to write Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. There's my message. Maybe I'll use my other colors and markers to do a little bit of extra drawing. When I think of Earth Day, I think about plants and flowers, about all the things that we can do to take care of our earth. Maybe draw some tulips here. Remind me of gardening. Maybe some daisies. I love daisies. Maybe I'll draw a little sun in the corner. That's some yellow. It's my sun. It's looking cheerful. Okay, and of course we need some pink flowers too. You could draw whatever kind of images you want for Earth Day. Maybe you'll draw your favorite animals. Maybe you'll draw your favorite kinds of food. All of these can be things that we think of for Earth Day. Just going to add some grass and some stems to my flowers. Give them some leaves. You can take as long as you like with this, or as short. You can leave your bases plain, or you could make the decorations very elaborate. So there's my finished first one that says Happy Earth Day. It'll be for one of my vases. Now I'm going to get out my paint set. I'm going to do some painting on the other one. It's been so long since I painted like this outside in the sun. Let's see. I think I'll draw an earth on my second paper. I'm going to use some blue. Make a big circle. That'll be like the oceans. I know that the earth is really a sphere. Since my paper is flat, I'll use a circle. That's as close as I can make it. Oh, my water's turning just a little bit blue. I'm going to add some darker blue. Some of the ocean is very deep, and that makes it darker. Feels good to paint. I think that's enough blue. There's my blue circle so far, right in the middle. That's going to be my earth. I'll add some green for the land. I'm not too worried about it looking perfect. It's just meant to be a representation of the earth. Just whatever I think it looks like today. This might be what it looks like from outer space a bit. Draw my little South America, a little bit of North America. I know that at the north part of the earth, at the very top, there's some ice and snow at the North Pole, so I'm going to draw some snow at the top with white. And I know that down south, at the South Pole, it's the same, also rather icy. Those are the parts of the earth that get the least sun. So I've put some white there at the top and bottom. Can you see it? There's my earth. Now, since Earth Day is all about loving the earth, I think I'm going to draw some hearts on mine, or paint them rather. Make my heart red. I want it to really stand out and show up. Because I love the earth. I love living on this beautiful planet. So grateful for all it gives me. grateful for what good care of me it takes. I just love it so, so much. I know that you love the earth too. While you're painting, you can think about all the things that you love about it. And all the things you can do to help keep it safe and well. Gardening is one of them. And flower arrangements sure do bring a lot of joy. There's my earth with its hearts. I'm going to close up my paints. And since I'm outside, I can just take my paint water and give it to one of the trees or bushes and pour it right over here on the roof. Don't think a little bit of paint will hurt too much. Okay, I'm ready now. Since the wind is drying my paint, I'll let that sit. I will use my tape to tape this illustration on. I'm going to choose the tape that has the little hearts on it. Okay. This is a part where you might need a friend, a parent or a brother or a sister to help you hold your paper on while you tape. Or you might manage to do it on your own. We'll see. There's one piece of tape. I'm going to get my other one ready. Sometimes I take the tape and I stick it right on the edge of the table while I'm getting my paper all lined up. I'm going to fold my paper just a bit so that it fits and it doesn't cover up my words. I'm wrapping it around the bottle there. Now I'll take my tape. Just like so. There it is. Happy Earth Day. That's that. I'm going to pour just a little bit of water in it so it doesn't blow away. This one's very light. Just so carefully. Okay. I'm ready to tape my other one on too. Here's another style of tape I brought. A little bit wider. I'll get some pieces ready. And I'm going to do the same now that my paint is dry. I'll wrap that one right onto the can. You might find that you need to trim your paper a little bit with your scissors. That's okay. You really could use anything you like to decorate your vases, whatever you have around. Each one will turn out different and unique. That's wonderful. That's half the fun. Okay. That one's ready too. There's my earth and my hearts. And pour just a little bit of water in there. I'm being very careful as I pour so that I don't get the paper wet on the outside.